Hey. Good evening, Meisters. How's everyone doing? Thought we'd get together and talk about Mr. Curt Andersen's his initial hearing today and give you the scoop what's going on with that. But before we do anything, I know that Gibbo and I'm sure Jinx and them will want to come up also. I've got the link in here for StreamYard if you guys want to come up. But before we go into Mr. Curt Andersen, today is a day of remembrance for these beautiful souls, Kiara, Cariel, and Kiani. 9 years ago today, their precious lives were snuffed out by someone we don't know who it is in an arson fire. So I thought I would take the time to share these beautiful souls as pictures on here so that we let them know and Galen know that they have never been forgotten and they will always be remembered until the day something is done to find a person or persons who snuffed these little girls' lives out. Even though it might have been accidental, but the person or persons still took these young ladies' lives, and we need to get answers. 9 years is way too long, guys, for Kiara, Kiriel, and Kiani. 4 beautiful souls. We know, like you said, we've got ideas, but there's no movement in the case as far as I know. Gibbo, if you want to come up, the link is in the chat. And there's 2 ladies that I want to give a shout out to. Rescue, Jinx, sorry. These 2 ladies have been on top of this case for many years. And these are the only 2 that I will discuss this case with because they know more about this case than all of us do. And I try not to discuss the case unless I have facts from one of these 2. And I won't discuss it unless I do. Gibbo, if you're there, you wanted to come up. I know Rescue won't come up. But like I said, thank you, Rescue, and thank you, Jinx. You guys keep their memories alive. And that's all we can ask is that we pray every day that this case comes to an end and we can get justice for these 4 young ladies and their mother, Galen. Galen, if you're watching or listening, prayers are coming to you. We will never forget these young ladies. Jinx, if you want to come up, the link's in the chat because this is your case, you and Rescue's case. I'd rather have you guys discuss the ins and outs if there is any that you heard of. Let's see. Rescue says we love you, Galen. You guys can jump over to Jinx's Floor 4 Angels website and give a thumbs up and share. Would be greatly appreciated. We also have a memorial channel for the Floor 4 Angels. If anybody wants to go over there, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, would be greatly appreciated. Jinx cooking dinner. Yeah, I know you're on, Gibbo. I don't understand why the hell Jill is not popping up in my chat because I went into my studio and she's not blocked. I don't understand it. I don't get it. She's been a faithful follower for 5 years. All right, let's give a shout out to the people in the chat. We got Jen38, Tammy Solomon, Mr. Clean, Ruckus. We got Karen Hicks. We got Southern Gal. We got Rescue. We got, who else we got in here? Gibbo, Jinx, Rescue, of course. Yeah, I can't see her. That's what I'm saying, Rescue. I don't know why she's not. I can't see her in my chat, but like I said, I went over to my studio. She's not blocked, so she should be able to come into my chat where I could see her, and I don't see her. I've done all that, all comments. Show comments on stage. Nope, can't do that. You got to pay for that. I'm not paying for that shit. So how's everybody's day today? I hope it all went well, even though in Indiana we got a lot of rain today. Aurora, good to see you, dear. But like I said, I wanted to take this time because it's a day of remembrance for these young, beautiful souls that were snuffed out 9 years ago today. Just wanted to make sure everybody sends a prayer to Galen and sends a prayer to these beautiful souls to let them know that we are not going to forget about them whatsoever. All right. All right. Today was the day, the initial hearing for Mr. Curt Andersen. And I know a lot of people ain't happy right now, Mr. Gibbo. The initial hearing for Mr. Curt Andersen. And I know a lot of people ain't happy right now, Mr. Gibbo.
Hello.
Somebody's echoing.
Oh, it's me. It's because I was watching you on my phone. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, I pulled some records, even though I did talk to the court and they were supposed to email the documents and they never did. But I done spoke to them and got to download what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and pull some stuff up. I even got a video of Mr. Curt Andersen being escorted to the court. You guys give me just a second here. And I will pull that up. What the hell's going on with my share? Share screen. There we go. I got to find out which one it is because I got 4 or 5 of them. Downloads. Screenshot update. Canva. Screenshot. Original message. Is this it? No, I don't think so. Nope, that ain't it. Gotta find it.
What are you looking for?
The video that I took of Mr. Andersen today.
Didn't you send it me?
Oh man, what the hell?
Let me just check.
I checked it just before I came on and it was there. Huh. Not now. Where are you at? Update. I think this might be it. Nope. That ain't it. I don't know what happened to it. Original, today's date. I'm going to have to go in my emails. Give me a second here.
I think I've got it. I think you sent it me. It's just above the floor of stuff. It's a Facebook post, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So if you go to my messages with you, it's just above, just below it, it says Curt Andersen was given a bond, and I'll leave the rest.
Yeah. Well, I don't need to do the video, but I'm going to give you guys an update. Give me just a second here. Second time I've been doing this in about 2 months, so I'm trying to get reacclimated on what's going on here. Because they did do some new shit, and I can't figure it out yet. All right, there we go. Not now. Windows.
Rescue says that she put some pictures.
Yeah, I took some. She sent me some pictures. She sure did. All right. What we got going on here, guys, is they had his initial hearing this morning. at 8:30. And a lot of people are not happy because the judge had granted him a $25,000 bond or a surety with a level 4 supervision, which means $2,500, the bond out, and then level 4 supervision means that he will be wearing an ankle monitor. He'll be on house arrest throughout the whole process. And Mr. Andersen has to relinquish his passport at the initial hearing and is in custody of the case agent at the Whitestown Police Department until further order of the court. And then they've got the first pretrial hearing is set for January 23rd. They have 2 trial dates, and I was kind of confused, so I called the court and asked them what was going on. They have 2 dates due to the fact is that March 30th is the trial date that they've got set. Unless there's an emergency of some sort, they've got a backup date for May 11th of 2026. So March 30th is our trial date, but we know in the state of Indiana it never works out like that. You're talking at least 9 months to a year before we even get into trial. And if it doesn't go that day and if there's some issue, then we go May 11th. But I've been talking to a lot of people today, and the stand your ground law, it's very tricky due to the fact that it doesn't really explain if the person who is claiming self-defense or stand your ground, if he doesn't give a warning or anything in that nature, I just don't see how this is going to stand in court. But we do know that the attorney for Mr. Andersen is the author of the Stand Your Ground Law bill here in Indiana. So he's well versed in it, and a lot of people are talking already that he's going to be found not guilty because of this. And I said, look, people, you can't say that, because it'll depend on the 12 people that's boxed up in that courtroom, the jury. Everything has to go through them. And if any jury has any common sense and understands the stand your ground law, this dude will be convicted, period. And I don't care what anybody says. I've only seen one case, like I said, in 6 years where stand your ground law was effective. And it was in my apartments, in my building with my neighbor. And that was the only time I've seen it. Most of the time, they don't have a reason to shoot the people. If they're not in fear or there's not immediate threat, you can't use your stand your ground. There was no immediate threat whatsoever. Gibbo, you there? Where'd he go?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got a take on that?
I turned my camera off because I was smoking a fag, and I'm muted because you was talking.
Yeah, you're good. You can interrupt anytime you want, bro. It don't matter.
No, I was just trying to find that image. Do you remember I told you I was Googling images of her for a thumbnail?
Yeah.
And I found one, and it was Ring Doorbell, and it was an image from there, but I'm guessing it's got taken down now.
Oh, yeah, because the prosecutor said he was not going to release that video or pictures or anything like that, which is understandable because we don't need the same circumstances that we had with the Delphi case. And if there's something on that video that's very disturbing, we do not need to present that. And it's a good idea that we don't present that video, because I wanted to get it, but then again, I would have to go through the video and edit it if I was able to get it, edit it down to where it does not show her being actually shot. And I didn't want to have to do that.
Yeah, well, the image was just her standing there smiling, because I actually thought at first that it was like photoshopped to make look like a Ring Doorbell.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me see. Miss Deb's in the house. If anybody knows or hasn't heard, Miss Deb has went on to a different type of channel. Miss Deb, I've known her for nearly 5 years. She is her and I believe it's Purdue RN at her, and they're thrifters. They go to all these little thrift stores and they look for antiques and stuff in that nature. So that's what she does now. Instead of true crime, she switched her genre to thrifting now. So basically shopping and stuff like that, what women like to do.
Yeah, I was saying to Jinx about that. That it's a good idea.
And Southern Gal, she's got her own channel too. She is into missing persons. If somebody can drop Southern Gal's link in the description for me, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you guys could go over there for me and hit the like button and subscribe for her, please, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, I was saying like to Jinx that she should do good with that content once she catches the algorithm, because at the moment she's getting true crime algorithm, but once she switches over algorithms, she should do well with that because there's a massive interest in it.
Oh, they have what they call a there's a new thing now on YouTube, and it's called hold on, let me look. It's on my video from the other night, as a matter of fact. Under my video. Lives. Let's see what it says.
Sent to your account, no waiting?
It's like a boost. It's supposed to, it's more like a boost. It's to boost your videos. You understand what I'm saying? To where you can get it out everywhere and people see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. It's a hype button. That's what it is. It's called a hype button. Let's see.
I'll be frank.
What's that?
Oh, Jinx said I like your background. I said, yeah, I'll be frank.
Oh, Thanksgiving. Hey, you got to get into.
No.
Oh, yours. Okay, I didn't see her. War Kitten in here. Yep, good to see you, War Kitten. Looking to see if there's any. Well, everybody knows Gibbo Frank here. He's got 2 different channels. Go over to his channels and hit the likes and subscribe to him because we're trying to get him to 1,000. He's a little over 700 right now. We need to get him to 1,000 so he can monetize.
I am monetized.
You are?
Well, I don't have ad revenue until 1,000. Yeah.
Right. And there's Southern Gal's True Crime link. Everybody, please go over there and help her out and subscribe. But let's get back to the case in hand here. Everybody's wanting to know that I've spoke to today or has messaged me, why did he only get a $25,000 bond? Plain and simple, easy question to answer. The man has never been in trouble, ever.
It'll be manslaughter charges, won't it?
Yeah, manslaughter. And people are like, what's the difference between murder and voluntary manslaughter? Murder is intent. Voluntary manslaughter is not intent to kill somebody. He intended to shoot, but he wasn't intending to kill her because according to the wife in her deposition, she said that she thought he was aiming at the door handle. Okay? Now, if that's the case, that's voluntary manslaughter. He wasn't intending to kill anybody. That's why he was charged with that. Involuntarily means that you killed somebody. It was basically an accident. Say if I was cleaning my gun and I didn't take the clip out and it accidentally discharged and it hit somebody and killed them. That's involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah. So, regarding the stand your ground law as well, like, as far as I'm aware, because obviously I don't live in the States, but reading up on it and listening to what the prosecutor said, something happened where maybe she made it clear who she was and what she was there to do, that shows that he wasn't under threat. You know what I mean? He wasn't,
right. Well, there was no threat there.
Take the door. I know a lot of people have talked about the door, but take that away. It sounds like, and it'll be on the footage. So if you guys can get to trial, that'd be brilliant. It sounds like something was said or something's there to show that there was no threat.
All right. All right. Here is the picture of the house, guys. I know it's not very big, but one of my dear friends that lives in the area, sent this to me because they went by there today. As you can see, if you can see my cursor, here's the front door. Okay. A lot of questions were asked. Why didn't he go upstairs and look out the window to see who was at the front door? Well, as you can see, these windows are blocked by this little roof thing that's over the top of the porch. So he couldn't see who it is. But then again, that's no excuse. He still could have opened up one of them fucking windows and yelled down there, who is it? He didn't do that.
I can get the image zoomed in if you want. 1 second.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I can zoom in myself. Give me a second. I can zoom in. Give me a second here. I should be able to zoom in. Oop. Oh, what the hell? It won't let me zoom in. Huh. Yeah, it's not letting me zoom in. Oh, well. But you guys got the idea what I was saying with the house, to where he couldn't see him outside the windows up on the second floor, but it's still no excuse. He could have opened one of the windows and yelled out there and asked who it was. But he didn't even do that. He didn't even bother to yell while he's at the top of the stairs that he was carrying a firearm, and if they came in, he will use lethal force. He's allowed to do that, but he didn't even bother to do that. There we go. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Gibbo. All right. Here's your front door. Okay. Let me take that down. Who do I got up here? Jinx. Where's that? Is that the Southern gal? Let me take her. Get Ruckus here. Then hide. All right. There we go. Front door. Upstairs bedrooms. But you got this area right here that covers the front door to where you cannot see out these windows down there to see who's down there. But like I said, once again, that is no excuse for Mr. Andersen not to open one of these windows in this general vicinity right here and yell down there, who is it? Can I help you? Or anything. He didn't even bother to do that. And that's what I'm upset about with this gentleman, because he was military. He should have known better. When we're in the military, like if we're doing guard duty and when it's dark, we don't have light around it, and we hear somebody approaching, our first thing that we are to say is halt. Who goes there? That's the first thing that we were taught. He didn't even bother to do that. Kick from studio. Oops. I don't do that either. Tell you, I ain't been on fucking YouTube forever. I stream forever.
Yeah, StreamYard, it's loads of updates lately.
And if he has PTSD and anxiety, we'll have to wait and see about that, because I'm sure that they're going to probably pull medical records to see if he had a type of mental illnesses or anything in that nature. But what I'm worried about is Mr. Redford. I am worried about that dude. When I found out that he was the author of the bill for Stand Your Ground, I'm like, oh, God. He does. He's guilty as fuck. But if the attorneys can convince a jury that with his state of mind, he perceived that as a threat, all depends on theatrics and sleight of hand. Exactly, Ruckus. And I wanted to see, I called the court today, but I forgot to call or forgot to ask. I was going to see if they were able to send me the actual video interview or interrogation of him. But after I spoke to Jinx and a couple other people, it was more than likely they won't, because we went back to the Delphi case as an example, and the interrogation interviews were sealed or confidential. Phil Bond, good to see you. Junior Johnson. But like I said, guys, go ahead.
We've got the transcripts to that. Well, I say transcripts. We've got it written down, the interview, haven't we, in some form?
Yeah, we've got the actual what the hell they call it? Transcribed.
Yeah.
It's been transcribed. We already seen all that, but I wanted to compare what we have with what's on the video, because we know that there's going to be times we could look at a video and watch the reaction of the defendant and see how he's acting. Even though they described it in the transcript, I still want to see if they left any specific words out in his statement or his answers, because they are notorious for doing that shit.
Southern Girl said, and now it's gone.
Someone
Girl said, did you get any info on whether they had to get blood work for alcohol and substance abuse?
No, that I don't know. I can't get that information. I would have to call the prosecutor and or his defense attorney, and they won't talk to nobody. So that was something that I thought about.
I'm just saying, like, have you seen? I guess she means, like, have you seen any mention of that? Like, like in court today, was there any mention of it? That like he passed, or
from my understanding,
maybe that's
my understanding that they weren't even in the courtroom for 5 minutes. That was what my understanding was. But I had that
today
video.
Was solely bond, weren't it? So that makes sense.
And I mean, like I said, it's just an initial hearing. If there's anything that's going to come out about that, or if there's any questioning about that, it'll be during the pretrial hearing through that process. But that is a good question.
It'd be something
because we need to. Maybe I need to get an email for the prosecutor and email him and see if we recommended a drug test on him, or if there was any alcohol still in the system, or if he had any alcohol.
Well, Southern Girl says she just didn't know if. There you go. If it was
that is a good question. That is a good question. I have never heard of that kind of situation or arise in a case before. Never heard of it. Maybe Ruckus has. I mean, he's more familiar with that stuff. Do they give drug tests like that, Ruckus, to see if he was under the influence of any type?
I would have thought that they would have done something along them lines. Whether it's relevant to the case, like say if he passed, then it won't be relevant to the case unless the defense want to use it. But if he didn't pass, then we'll hear about it. That's what I'd say on it.
Right. Yeah, that is a good question, though. If I can get the email for the prosecutor, I will send him a message and say, hey, was he tested for alcohol or drugs? Because if his mind was somewhere else because of that, the stand your ground is not going to stand. Another reason why the stand your ground is not going to work in this case. Let's see. Yes, I've talked to Kristen this week, guys. She's been sick. She's had the flu. Whether or not they do panels depends on when they arrest him. Since they arrested him on scene, they probably pulled a panel. Yeah, because you do have to, when you go in jail, you have to see the nurse to see if you've got any medical conditions and things in that nature. So, Gail Hurd, prayers coming, ma'am. She has cancer.
Oh, no.
Ruckus, hell, he's got all kinds of shit wrong with him. Alcohol is one of them.
Old man syndrome.
He likes his drink. I don't blame him, man. At his age, with the shit he's dealing with. Jinx sends a lot of prayers. My dog's going nuts. It's been a busy day again for me, guys. I'm half here and half not. Blade, it's enough. Come here. You say hi to everybody? Want to say hi? Hold on. Come here.
I'll do what I want until I can't.
Come on. Come up here. There you go. Say hi. Hi, bubbles. All right, get down. But this case will probably, I would say, between 9 months to a year, they'll have it wrapped up. I'm hoping that they do not offer him a plea agreement. But the way it sounds with Mr. Relford as his attorney, he's not going to accept a plea agreement. I can tell you that right now. From him being,
yeah, I was going to say a plea agreement with probably a light sentence is probably what, because of the circumstance, what they're going to aim for. But that's not justice for Maria. But at the same time, until we know all the circumstances, you know, we're unaware. So until we know what happened and things like that, we're unaware what he's.
Go ahead.
What his state of mind was and things like that.
Yeah, he's facing 10 to 30 years. A felony 2 in the state of Indiana, that's the sentencing guidelines, 10 to 30 years. So, what else do we want to talk about? We done got that covered. Do you want to talk about Flora some more? Jinx is making dinner, so she can't. Anybody? Ruckus, you want to come up? He probably done left. Oh, who's that? That's the old one. Oh, what did you do? Okay. Oh.
I got my Flora thread up if you want to go through that. I've got the...
Wow, I'm allowed. I can expand this out on my own page. Yeah. 9 years is way too long for this, guys. 9 years. And to me, I think they know what happened. They just don't have the proof that this individual started the fire. I believe that's what it is. That's just my inner thoughts after this case and the Delphi case. You know, we've got a sense of on how the Indiana State Police, Carroll County Sheriff's Office, how they work. They want basically a piece of evidence that'll sink him just with that, this individual. That's how I feel about it. Show Deb the new sign at Frankmeister. Huh? What sign, Susie?
Hang on 1 second. I think she means... I could be wrong, but I think she means this.
You can blow it up some more.
Rescue did say she's going to try and... she's going to try her way to redo this. This is just something that I threw together on Canva.
That's all right. I mean, we got their pictures. We've got their names. It's all we need as far as keeping them in our prayers, in our thoughts. And our thoughts are with Galen, like I said before. I've never met Galen. I've never talked to Galen, but I feel for her. I really do feel for her. You know, each year that goes by, holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, you know, Valentine's Day. Her babies are not there. And these are holidays that a mother should be spending with their children. Even though that the children are... All right, let me ask. Jinx, how old are the children? I'm sure the oldest one's probably 18 by now, I would imagine, right? Would have been 18?
Oh, now. Well, here, I can get their ages up now for you. 1 second. Let me just knock this off. So, scroll up to here. Just because I don't want to get them wrong. So, Kiana, 11. Kiara, 9. Keriel, 7. And Coyote, 5.
So we got three of them. Three of the children would have been adults this year.
Yeah, one would be 20, one would be 18, one would be 16, and the other would be 14.
Yeah. See, two of these babies would have been adults, and they didn't even get the chance to live out their childhood dreams, before they become adults. Didn't get to go to graduation, didn't get to go to a prom, things of that nature. So we need to keep spreading the word. We need to ruffle some feathers. If it's with ISP, if it's with Carroll County, I've got my contacts with both agencies, but they're tight-lipped. The last time that I had talked to ISP in regards to this case, they were looking at one individual, is what I was told. And it was the gentleman that lived next door is who they were looking at. That's what I was told by ISP. When the FBI went back out there, I contacted ISP, who I talked to, guys, and I gave him the gentleman's name and gave him the circumstances, and I called him back a couple weeks later. He said, yep, we're looking at that guy. And from my understanding, I don't know if he's still in prison or if he's out of prison. Josh's nephew is who we were talking about.
Just trying to find an image for... No, I
cemetery?
Can't find it. Susan asked me to show the image at the grave. So at the graveside, there's a sign with this QR code on. Rescue took it out and put it's there like at the graveside.
I know I've got a picture of it because she sent it to me. Hold on.
Yeah,
every time she goes out there.
In there because she sent it me as well, but
yeah, she sends it every time she goes to the cemetery. She'll send me a picture. I know I've got it. Give me a second. Hold on. Well, there's the one with the barcode. And I've only been out there one time, and that was in the dead of winter with rescue. I know she's got one. Where is it? Give me a second, guys. I know I've got one here. Oh, yeah. There's a video, but...
yeah, the video is one of the updates, I think.
Wow. Well, I'm not going to go through all our messages. Rescue all the dogs. Did you make the flyers with the code? Dougalbug,
no, I made them. Them ones I made them. I made them on Canva, but Rescue's going to do an update on them. She's going to do with her touch. So you can scan it with your mobile. All you got to do is screenshot that and put it through. Yeah, she made. Yeah,
she made the QR code, but not a flyer. What's the QR code? May I ask what the QR code is for?
It takes you to the Flora website, so you can either scan it or you can screenshot it and put it into your QR scanner, and it'll take you to the Flora website.
Okay, just wanted to find out because, like I said, this is their case, and I try not to meddle in it if I don't have to, unless they ask me for help with something when it comes to it, and I just try not to mess with their case like that. Let's see. Member for 28 months, Gail Hurd, showing her flex. But like I said, guys, this is a day of remembrance for these four beautiful souls. And we need to keep that alive every day. No matter if they solve the case or not, we need to keep their memory alive. And if anybody wants to give a shout out to Galen, you can do it through here. And I'm sure Jinx has contact with her, or Rescue has contact with her, and they can get a hold of her and say, hey, there's a lot of shout outs to you over here on YouTube, thinking about the girls today. It's Kathy. Was he Clendenning? Kathy's website. Okay.
Yeah, it's Kathy's website.
Okay. Boston Christian, good to see you. But we've been at it about 45 minutes, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to come on here for a few minutes and go over what happened at the initial hearing. You got a $25,000 bond, which is $2,500 surety, and with an ankle monitor. So he can't leave the home unless he's going to church, to the grocery store. That's the only time he can leave the house, or to a doctor's appointment. It's the way Indiana works. But I want to give a shout out to everybody for coming and hanging out for a little bit. Like I said, guys, it's been a few months, and I'm trying to get reacclimated to this YouTube and this StreamYard, man. They've got so many different changes to it. I'm still trying to learn it. But I'm going to go ahead and end it for tonight. Once I get more documentation, I'm going to call the prosecutor and find out if they did a panel on him when they took him in. Because I want to know if he had anything in his system, because if he did, this will turn out to be a different case then. Gibbo, any last remarks?
Not really, no.
Why aren't my pictures not? You're not on the screen,
you've
though.
Got it on overlay. Yeah, just say the girls' names: Kiana, Kiara, Keriel, and Coyote. Keep
Remember
saying
those
their
names.
Yeah.
Yep. Appreciate it. Frank, much appreciated. Jinx, thanks for hanging out. Deb, Rescue, everybody, thank you for hanging out. I know it's not a very long, but we don't need a very long live when it comes down to starting a new case. There's not much information with it right now. As the more information starts flowing in on this case, more lives I'll be doing on it. So just stay tuned. I will be on this case still. And until next time, guys, you know what time it is. Peace out.
Yep.
One love.
Thanks,
love you guys. Good night.